Modern feminists are literally the destruction of women's rights.
A man who asks you out to coffee, say no. No.
Feminism hurts women. Let's talk about it. About to piss a lot of people off, but it's gotta be said.
Feminism is a scam. Feminism is a scam. I do not want to be independent. I want to be so...
Winter is here and the birds are getting cold, realizing they bought the lie feminism sold.
Modern feminism has made women objectify men. It seems in this day and age that men are just extra.
They told us feminism would set us free, but here's the truth nobody wants to admit. It's the biggest scam ever sold to women. Feminism promises.
It's the biggest scam indeed. Now we have many lonely boss babes who can't find a man. Kindly subscribe to the channel as it further supports us in our work. Thank you.
Feminism is about equality and it's about choice. It's about a woman being able to say, I'm going to wear a dress, or I don't want to wear a dress, or I want this kind of future, or I don't want that kind of future. And it's about the ability to choose.
A feminist bar that charged men 18% just for being men shut down. Who would have saw that coming? That reminds me of how there used to be 200 lesbian bars in this country, and now there's only 8 left. You know why? Because women and lesbians don't tip.
You want to know something that most women aren't ready to hear? Modern feminism killed chivalry. Modern feminism has shifted from seeking equality to promoting superiority and resentment towards men, framing men as oppressors rather than partners and equals. With the birth of modern feminism, there came the birth of the girl boss, I don't need a man. Chivalry was never meant to make women look weak. It was made to create a culture of mutual respect where men acted honorably towards women and acknowledged their virtue and grace. Modern feminism, by demanding sameness instead of equality, has blurred those lines. In trying to erase gender differences, it's erased the gestures that celebrate them. The result of this is now we have an entire generation of men who are not willing to honor, pursue, or protect women. We have this entire generation of men who just want to hook up on the first date, who have no respect for women, who don't hold open the door, who don't buy flowers, and it is because of modern feminism. Not only that, but it is also a result of weak men. There's a reason that our grandparents have the cutest love stories where the men pursued the women and they didn't have sex until they were married and they respected and honored each other. And now we are seeing the result of the crash and burn of modern feminism. And unfortunately, it is affecting a lot of women looking for life partners and a lot of men looking for life partners. Feminism is great. The idea of feminism is great to promote equality, but it has evolved into something that is toxic and dangerous to our society.
I agree. Modern feminism didn't just kill chivalry, it killed accountability, genuine connection, and the balance between men and women. It taught many women to view men as the enemy. It also taught them to see men as toxic. In society right now, feminism has done more harm than good to women. Many of these boss babes who followed that movement are now regretting their choices. They were told they didn't need men, that family was a burden, and that focusing only on their careers would make them happy. But now, many are realizing that success and money can't replace companionship, love, and purpose. They fought to be independent, yet now feel lonely and disconnected. They traded partnership for power and affection for attention. What was supposed to be empowerment turned into bitterness, competition, and resentment. The sad part is, the very men they were told to hate are the same men they now wish would love them.
Want to know something wild? Women traded family for a 9-to-5 and then they called it liberation. Just think about it for a second. Our grandmothers prayed for husbands so that they could work hard, raise kids, and build a strong home. That was the dream. Security, love, and purpose. Then feminism came along, told women that being a wife and being a mother is oppressive. So what did we do? We left the home to work for men that don't love us at companies that will replace us the second we get burnt out. That's not freedom, that is slavery in heels. Feminism convinced women that family is a cage and working for a corporate job is empowerment. Tell me this, why do so many women hit 30, are alone, exhausted, and wondering why they feel so empty? It's because you can't outsmart God's design. No promotion will ever replace a husband that loves you and children who adore you. So no, I'm not anti-woman, I'm pro-woman, and pro-woman enough to tell you the truth. Real freedom isn't in a cubicle or a nurse's station. It's in building a legacy. So go forth and multiply.
Sleeping around with a bunch of men is not a flex.
What is you guys' body counts?
9, 10, 10.
My body count's 11, and no, it doesn't matter.
The feminist movement created this whole idea of sexual liberation, that it's okay to sleep around with whoever you want because there are no consequences. This is something that is designed solely for within a marriage. Then we wonder why the abortion rate is so high, but we have these women who are putting their physical pleasure over their morals. And it's these same women who complain about not being able to find true love. You are never going to find a man who respects you if you can't respect yourself first. Sleeping around with a bunch of men is not a flex.
What is you guys' body counts?
9, 10, 10.
My body count's 11, and no, it doesn't matter.
The feminist movement created this whole idea of sexual liberation, that it's okay to sleep around with whoever you want because there are no consequences. This is something that is designed solely for within a marriage. Then we wonder why the abortion rate is so high, but we have these women who are putting their physical pleasure over their morals. And it's these same women who complain about not being able to find true love. You are never going to find a man who respects you if you can't respect yourself first.
It is not sexual liberation at all. All these women who are sleeping around because of feminism have no idea how damaging that really is. Right now, they're having fun, building up rosters, but what's really happening to them is that they're losing the very thing that makes them valuable. Their ability to bond, trust, and connect emotionally with one man. Every time they move from one man to another, they leave a piece of themselves behind. What they call freedom is actually emotional self-destruction disguised as empowerment. This one woman said her body count doesn't matter, but it actually does. It matters because every experience leaves an imprint. Every connection changes you in ways you might not see right away. When a woman has been with too many men, her ability to pair bond weakens. She becomes desensitized to intimacy and starts to see relationships as temporary or transactional.
Yeah! Women are the problem! Yeah, I was scrolling through TikTok and this girl, gorgeous girl, in nothing but a bra and a thong with a helmet on and heels, posted up on her motorcycle. 1, you're banned. 2, kind of slutty behavior. This is why the men don't respect us. That was meant for your partner's eyes only. Why is it on TikTok? Now, I understand I have a different point of view than some other women. Some other women would look at me and what I'm saying right now and be like, why are we putting down other women? Baby, I'm trying to teach you self-respect. And even saying that, they're gonna... Why is my tongue orange? I've had a lot of coffee. And even saying that, they're gonna look at me and be like, wow, you're like a big hater on women. No, I love women. I love women. But I love women who also respect themselves. Oh my God. And for free.
A man who asks you out to coffee, say no. No.
The highly debated coffee date. So why exactly should a woman say no to a coffee date?
Don't let him take you out unless he can pay for a full meal for you.
Contrary to what some women out there believe, most guys that ask a woman out on a date can actually afford a full meal. However, let me ask, what exactly is a full meal going to get you in regards to getting to know that person that you won't get on a coffee date?
Coffee dates are a cheap way to get out of a real date, and real men don't do that, so say no.
Well, after hearing that, I just have an observation that I would like to make. I honestly believe that some women, especially those that agree with these types of videos, for one, can't define what a real date is, or in fact know what the purpose of dating even is anymore. And most importantly, I think those very same women couldn't define what a real man is if they actually had to.
A man who asks you out to coffee, say no, huh? That's just entitlement, because her rejecting a simple coffee date to get to know a man is her saying, you're not worth my time unless you spend money on me. It's not about connection anymore. It's about what he can provide before she even knows who he is. That kind of mindset exposes what modern dating has become: transactional. She doesn't want to see who the man truly is. She wants to see what he can offer. With these types of women, The only thing they're really interested in knowing is a man's pockets, how much he makes, what he drives, where he lives, and what he can do for them. They don't care about his character. In modern dating, these women treat dating like a job interview for financial security. It's not about compatibility. Before they even know his character, they're already calculating what kind of lifestyle he can offer.
This topic is a bit controversial, but I've been thinking about it for a while. I think that HOEs are the least feminist women ever. Because if you think about it, the only reason a woman will want to sleep and be with a bunch of dudes is because deep down she craves validation from them. A real and true feminist will never do that, will never crave validation from men. She will understand that her value and her worth is completely separate from men. The only reason a woman will be motivated to sleep with a bunch of dudes is because of that, the validation that she's gonna get from them. The thing is, she'll tell herself things like, oh, it's empowering and it just shows how powerful I am as a woman and how free I am. But deep down, this is why she's doing it. Any woman can do whatever she wants with her life, it's her body, who cares? But I feel like in the future, we'll reach a point where we realize that sleeping with a bunch of dudes and dating a bunch of dudes is not really empowering at all, and it's actually only beneficial for the men and not women. I do believe that there is a minority of women that are naturally HOEs, and that's just their lifestyle and that's just who they are, and that's fine. Kudos for them. They're 5 to 10% of women, but I believe that the rest is being duped into this type of lifestyle, and they realize in the end that it never benefited them, you know?
If more women own more homes than men, vote at higher rates than men, do not have to do dirty, grueling work as often as men by any measure, men hold debt at higher levels than women, yet women graduate at higher rates and have higher rates of higher education. And women claim they have no duty to be a mother, but courts often side with them and go in their favor because of the expectation and role and presupposition of them intending to be a mother. Insurance is less expensive for women, and suicide rates are higher in men. Women also have lower crime rates and are convicted at a lesser rate for the same crimes as men. And yet the majority of the enforcing all these rights and laws are men, including the military draft, which only men have to sign up for. And yet somehow the patriarchy is oppressing women. So is the patriarchy actually that bad, or is it actually pretty benevolent?
No. The thing is, men have built the world enough and made it safe enough where women now have the privilege to say these things. They talk about how the patriarchy is bad, but forget that it was men who built the roads they drive on, the homes they live in, the power grids that keep them warm, and the systems that protect their freedoms. They shout, "Down with the patriarchy," while living in the very comfort that patriarchy created. The irony is that the same men they criticize are the ones who risked their lives in wars, worked dangerous jobs, and laid the foundations for the society that gives them a voice today. Feminism convinced many women that men are the problem, when in reality it was men's hard work, sacrifice, and innovation that gave them the luxury to even complain about it. They don't realize how comfortable life has become because of men's contributions.
I'm really confused about something. Every TikTok I see about dating is if you want a guy to like you, play it cool. Don't respond to him. Don't text him back. Don't act like you like him. I'm married. I'm a serial monogamist. I've always had a boyfriend. I've never done that. Every time I like someone, I'm like, hey, I like you. I want to see you. I want to spend time with you. This is how I feel. I've always been 100% upfront with my feelings, and it's always worked for me. So why is that what everyone's saying? How come, I've probably seen 30 TikToks today of girls being like, if you want it to work out, ghost them. Don't respond within the hour. I'm within the hour? I'm the type of person that will send 10 texts within 5 minutes. Anyway, just curious, why is the advice to not be yourself?
Feminism hurts women. Let's talk about it. About to piss a lot of people off, but it's gotta be said. First of all, I want to address some misconceptions. We all know feminism has gained some really negative connotations over the years. Feminism is basically just seen as tearing down men and raising up women, when we all know it's not the true definition of feminism. For being honest, feminism really just limits opportunities we have as well. By becoming aggressors, we're really just putting men in the power position. Great example is hookup culture. Sounds a little crazy, but honestly, women are just getting the short end of the stick with hookup culture. Women are the ones that are in the vulnerable place when it comes to casual sex. It's a greater emotional risk for us. The responsibility lays on us with trying not to get pregnant, getting on birth control, IUDs, whatever. We also have to deal with things like abortion. We have to fight for our rights on things like that, even though it affects our bodies. And I'm not making a stand on abortion, but it does have to do with hookup culture a little bit. For the record, I literally don't have a side that I'm on in abortion. Point is, women are at the emotional disadvantage most of the time when it comes to cultural setbacks like these in our generation. And not to mention, just being an aggressive feminist is already putting you in the masculine. And as a woman, you can't be in your feminine if you're in the masculine. If you're not in your feminine, you're just not taking advantage of all the potential you have as a woman, the best person you can be. It's what God created us for. It's a gift. Don't want to tell people what to think or what to believe, but I want to give my fellow Christians a reminder of how damaging hookup culture can be for your sake. Sex was meant to be under the sacrament of a marriage, not just a casual relationship. Women are literally tied to men when they have sexual relations with them because they have hormones like oxytocin, which is literally the same hormone that bonds them to their baby when they give birth. Men scientifically don't have those hormones going on. They mostly just get a shot of testosterone. Every time that we're having these casual relationships with people that we don't know, we're in these emotional bondages with them that can't really ever be broken. Can be broken, but they're very difficult to be. It's a bond that's reserved for your husband or wife. I know this is hard to hear, but our bodies don't belong to us. They belong to God. They're part of His temple. You are a masterpiece in His eyes. You are beautiful. He created you. I don't want to see you throw that away because you need a quick hit of dopamine. I believe that God gives all this as inclination in our hearts to chase something, to worship, to praise something. And obviously that was meant to be Him, but we put that in hookup culture, addictions, and alcohol. And I promise, you will get so much more fulfillment if you put in Him.
The problem with feminism is that it teaches women to be everything but a woman. It teaches them to be masculine, to compete with men, to act like men, and to reject anything that resembles femininity, instead of embracing their natural softness, empathy, and nurturing energy. They're told those traits are weaknesses. Now we have generations of women who think being loud, aggressive, and independent at all costs makes them strong. But deep down, they're exhausted. They've traded peace for power, connection for control, and femininity for pride. And what's worse, they start to resent the very men they're trying to imitate. And like this woman says, hookup culture is not freedom. If we're being real, women giving themselves to every man they meet isn't empowerment. It's just free sex for those men. The only ones truly benefiting from hookup culture are the men who never had to commit, the playboys. Feminism sold women a lie, that sleeping around meant confidence and independence, but that will never be true.